What's up, YouTube? And welcome back to my channel. My name is Mark Pilly. I'm your ultimate Pilly boy. Yes. Anyway, tonight's topic would be my best tips for first-time employees. So first of all, congratulations. And yeah, graduated college. And now that you're, probably already signed a contract to your new employer, regardless of what the description or what type of job you applied for, the fact that you're in, this means you're no longer someone who is dependent to your parent at first, because you're gonna earn your own money. You're gonna learn. You're gonna deal with a lot of people. You're gonna deal with real stuff now, and work is definitely different, way different from your school life. And I was also once a new employee back in 2004. So after I graduated college, I applied for a call center, and was thankfully hired by one of the best recruitment team back in Sykes Asia, and spent my 9 years on my first company. So now I think if you just got in and you're curious on what's ahead of you, I have prepared my 5 tips on how you're gonna handle things at work if you are a first-time employee. So first one, of course, is you have to know and understand your role. Not everything will be displayed or will be explained during the interview session or during job street or during ads. You will get this information as soon as you start your role, and once you go on with the process with the people and the community of the new company or your new department, you will definitely learn this step by step. Don't worry, it doesn't take overnight for you to understand the entirety of the business, because you really have to observe, and you have to what they call this gather information on the things that are happening, of course, in your environment, and that includes your office mates, your supervisors or managers, and your clients, the tools that you're using. So number one, it's important if you know your role, and I think this is the critical step for you to understand why you're here for, why you're there for your job. Second would be understanding the business. So now that you have fully understand your role, the next step is for you to understand your business. What's your work? What is your function? What is the main thing that impacts after you have completed your role? So this is the entirety of the business itself, not just your role, but what impacts your actions to the bigger picture. I think the one advantage of this, if you're going to understand, is you're gonna get the bigger picture, and you're going to understand what's the reason why you're doing such actions and such things. Your team leaders or officers, list action plan for you, and also even ask you for action plans. And this time, I think you can relate why you're having those kind of conversation. It's not just that your individual or personal development will be at the priority here, but also what's going to be the overall impact of your performance to the overall they call this business as it is. So again, understanding the business is second for me, if you're a first-time employee. Third one would be, of course, you have to observe and you have to analyze your new environment. You're no longer at school. This is now an office setup. Some would be farm setup. Some would be industrial setup. Regardless, it's a new setup aside from school. So you're no longer with your teacher, with your professor, with your classmates, and with the same age level. No, it's really different. It's really dynamic. What happens inside is very unpredictable, because you're in a big jungle after school, and you have to be on top of this if you want to be really prepared on probably understanding what are the next steps after you are started knowing your role and knowing the business, it's important for you to know the environment as it is. Because again, staying at work, you have to admit it, it's usually the longest time that you're going to spend your day. And if you're going to compare it to your house, I'm sure you're going to spend 9 to 10 hours at work and spend the rest of your time in your house. However, majority of it is like you're sleeping, right? So, yep, I think it's very important for you to really observe. Be just be silent about it and try to gather data. Don't be reactive. How your office mates handle such things, how they deal with each other, how they deal with their supervisors, how your supervisors deal with their subordinates, how the manager interacts, and the president interacts. What the perks of having a job on your company entails you. So there's a lot of things to look forward to once you get in. Very much excited. I know. I know. I've been there in your situation. So I think laying it step by step would be one of the best advice that I can provide you. Fourth would be, of course, you have to be open-minded. There's a lot of things that you learn in school, I know, and we respect that. However, there would be things that you really have to learn, like you have to absorb when you start your training, when you start your actual dealing with people, and also to your managers or superiors. It's really different. You really have to be an empty shell that you could fill in with lots of information, and this way you can learn, you know how to adapt, and you know how to handle difficult situations. There are a lot of personalities at work, like it's the same in school. However, the only difference is working in a certain company, it's going to impact, of course, your position, your people's perception over you, their impressions on you as a person. And also, not just that, feedback is critical, and this is being valued by superiors. So as long as you can maintain that kind of level, very acceptable level, and you're very open-minded, you're really willing to learn, you can absorb anything to the point that's still okay on your level, then I think that will be very beneficial for you. And when you on your way to your house, to your dormitories, or to your boarding houses, or apartments, definitely you can have that time processing that information. How can you be at par with those tenured guys already that's been in the company for 1 year, more than a year, and you're just a newbie that came in from recruitment, and now you're in training, and now they're probably certifying you, or you're waiting for your graduation before you can hit the actual targets on the production area. And that's number 4. Again, you have to be really open-minded. You have to know everything. Don't complain yet. There are a lot of instances that people complain first, and eventually when they try the thing, they end up saying, I should have not complained. I should have not wasted energy complaining. I should have tried it instead before I give the feedback. So that's one thing that we can, or I can share for you as a first-time employee. And last but not least, enjoy your new world. Again, as I previously mentioned, you're going to be earning your own money. So this is, because of your dedication, because of you coming to the office on a daily basis, because of you working and really, really hard, and salary is of course expected, and you did that because of your own efforts, not because of someone, not because of anyone, but it's because of you, your diligence and resiliency. And take time to enjoy your salary. Of course, you have to invest some to yourself, because this is how your motivation would kick in. Of course, you want to be regularized. You want to help your parents financially. You want to help your siblings financially. You want to invest on your personal goals, and a lot of things, travels. So that's the start. You have to earn your own money, and no one can basically dictate how you're going to earn that. But because you being prepared and being one step ahead of the others, and becoming more mature as you go on, this will definitely impact your corporate career as you grow with the company, as you become one of the tenured people, and as you share your experiences with your younger generations. And there's a possibility of being promoted within the company, if you become ready about it. A lot of endless opportunity. It's a big jungle out there. A lot of excitement, a lot of challenges. It's not gonna be easy. However, as long as you're ready and as long as you're prepared, I think it won't be an issue. And from these mistakes, you don't have to be worried on making mistakes, because you are expected to make mistakes if you are still new at a job. And do not what do you call this, be shy in asking questions. You have to ask a lot of questions. When you ask questions, you get answers, you learn from it, right? One thing that I would probably share before we end the clip is, I'm currently dealing now with a lot of fresh graduates, and for me it's very critical, because this is their first time working in a company, and we want to make sure that they'll have that kind of experience that they're going to enjoy. Because if your employees are really happy and contented and they're treated right, they will definitely help the company as well to progress. Clients, stakeholders, everyone. And it's going to be a win-win situation for everyone. So I think that's it for my tips. So 5 best tips for me if you're a first-time employee. Hope you learned something from. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write it on the comment section. And if you're not subscribed yet on my channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for you to be alerted for more videos as I upload one. Hopefully we'll be uploading a couple of videos over the weekend and next week, so stay tuned for that. Anyhow, thank you very much for spending your time with me, and I hope you had a good day. Be confident. Ciao.